Alright gamers, shifting over to video games this time. No more movies. Obviously, this is what I think the top 10 best video games of 2015 were. And don't be surprised that I've reviewed a lot of good ones this year, that some of them will end up on this list, and some of them that may surprise you a little bit. So, here we go. Number 10. Lego Jurassic World. Okay, obviously I have the PS4 version. I don't know how every version differs, but this one is actually pretty good. And yes, the title can be misleading. Some it was kind of mixed, mostly positive because it stayed pretty true to the movies. Yeah, movies, plural. Yeah, I know the title's misleading, and I know I haven't reviewed this one yet. It would be a lot of material to really digest. But yeah, it's all 4 movies in one, even though it's named after the 4th movie. Kind of misleading, but out of all the Lego games I played, it stayed mostly true, despite a couple of silly elements and a few glitches here and there, and a couple of minor problems, but that's why it's this low on the list. So, yeah, I know, it's a Lego game. It seems a little kiddie-ish, but it has all the music and everything, and this most of the spoken dialogue and scenes that you remember from the movie, so it's well worth it for some parts, most, I think, to be exact. Number 9, Until Dawn. Yeah, obviously this is a PS4 exclusive, and I have reviewed this game. A little more of a brief review, actually, I did, and it's pretty horrifying. And yes, I know if you don't like watching a lot of long cutscenes that you can't skip, you're not gonna like this one. But as a horror movie slasher fan that I sort of am for the most part, and I've watched plenty of them, this one is pretty enjoyable and has, you know, your typical character stereotypes that you control. And when the gameplay gets good, it gets good, even though it's not a ton of gameplay involved. It's mostly interactivity and a lot of, you know, split-second decisions, and it can be pretty enjoyable, and some parts even terrifying as well. But give it a look. It's guaranteed to provide at least one scare, at least. Number 8, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Okay, I know Call of Duty is getting repetitive, and I know this one doesn't supply a lot of new things. I mean, what else can Call of Duty supply? You know, what new things could it supply? I mean, it's shooting, blowing shit up, and a lot of now it's all futuristic stuff, but it keeps the game series going pretty well, and the zombies was actually pretty enjoyable on part of this game. So, not much to say, give it a look. I guess the war still rages on. Number 7, Resident Evil Revelations 2. Obviously I reviewed this one, not much to say. Huge improvement over the last couple of stinkers, and definitely is worthwhile. Okay, it's not as good as Resident Evil 4 or 5, but it's very close, and it's really enjoyable. But as I said, huge improvement over the last 2. I mean, just as you think you lost faith in this franchise, this one, luckily, will redeem it. Number 6, Splatoon. Okay, I know I finally got my hands in this one, but I played the shit out of this one, and let me tell you, it is really good. I know it's Nintendo's sort of seems like a lame response to Call of Duty, you know, being that it's, wow, it actually has online, yeah. And, yeah, you use spray paint and vandalize things with spray paint, and it's actually pretty enjoyable. Seems like generic type of shooting game, I mean, with spray paint, I mean, but trust me, it's a blast. And it's a blast online, it's a blast single-player mode. If you got a Nintendo Wii U, definitely check this one out. It's definitely worth it. Number 5, Fallout 4. Okay, I was never really a big fan of this franchise. I mean, I played a few of the Fallout games, but this one, oh boy, makes me wish I really played this series a lot more. I mean, there's not much to say about this one. Obviously, this is for both the newer consoles, you know, next-gen Xbox and PS4 consoles, that is. So, yeah, if you don't have Xbox One or PS4, you're going to be missing out quite a lot on this one, because trust me, it delivered by all means. So, not much to say there. It's a grand time of shooting and explosions and all sorts. In fact, even better than Call of Duty. That's why it's at this spot ahead of Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Number 4, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Alright. I know the Assassin's Creed series has been hit or miss lately over the years, and even though I, put on the list, both Rogue and Unity, those were a mixed bag because, yes, we could agree they were rushed. They were glitched. They weren't flawless, but they weren't terrible either, But they felt like Assassin's Creed 3 again, almost. So, even though Assassin's Creed 4 exceeded expectations, this one, thank the Lord, was awesome. I mean, I know it goes, farther away from what the first and second one did, but trust me, it's playable, it's improved, and wow, it's just gorgeous. The fighting is fun, it's just well worth it. Go check it out. Number 3, Batman Arkham Knight. Just check out my review for this one. I ain't got much to say. After Arkham Origins was somewhat backwards, chronologically, not only chronologically, but also, a letdown in comparison to Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, you could argue that this one I didn't have a lot of expectations for, but thankfully it delivered. It felt fresh, it felt maybe not the most original, but okay, the Batmobile. Finally able to drive it the first time. Yes, you can argue it did overstay its welcome too much in the game, having to be required to drive it a lot, and it feels a lot more fresh. The map is big, and the boss fights are fun. The co-op fighting with Robin and Catwoman and everything is fun. But overall, it's a big improvement over the Arkham Origins. But again, not as good as Arkham City, but very close though. Very close. I just wish they kept the Joker, at least the thought of the Joker, out of here, because it takes place after Arkham City. Spoiler alert there. Just check out my review, you'll see why. Number 2, Super Mario Maker on Wii U, obviously, because, well, it wouldn't be available on PlayStation and Xbox. This is a Nintendo licensed game. Not much to say, once again, just check out my review. It's finally, even though it looks like more like an app, really, there's plenty of gameplay value in this, and it mix-mashes it a lot in this. And being able to create stages with a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get over it, and that whole 9-day, span bullshit of unlocking everything, and I think there's an update for it as well. It's great. I mean, it's masterful, with only 2D side-scrolling stages, obviously, from the classic Mario games up to New Super Mario Bros. U, and it's just a blast. Creating the craziest stages and uploading them online, trying other people's stages that they uploaded online. The ideas are just endless. And the number 1 best video game of the year, in my opinion, of 2015? What other than the excellent Mortal Kombat X. Yeah. Now, sorry for you Xbox 360 and PS3 owners. It apparently got cancelled after countless delays for those 2 versions, while PS4 and Xbox One got their version when Xbox 360 and PS3 were supposed to. Well, I couldn't wait. This was one of the many reasons I bought the PS4. And all I could say is, wow, it delivered. Blood and everything. New characters, which some are strange, and obviously with the absence of Shao Kahn, it's excusable, and obviously the game explains, and obviously you get Chinook, and online, and X-ray moves returning, and obviously it does borrow a lot of elements from Injustice God Among Us, which is arguable whether it's actually good, but thankfully it has the blood, background effects you can interact with. I do miss pit fatalities though, and DLC up the ass, and there's even more coming next month, so all I could say is blood galore in this one. Thank you very much, Warner Brothers, and what other studio got involved after Midway apparently passed the torch from this series, even though I worried, but thankfully the 2011 Mortal Kombat game delivered, and so did this one. In fact, maybe even more. Okay, maybe not even more, but it delivered. Trust me, it's, as Shao Kahn would say, superb. So, those are the best games, I think, of 2015. Till next time, happy gaming.